All right. Hello, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am. I have not made one of these in a hot minute. Let's find out when the last one actually came out. Would have been published September 1st, 2024. Today is Sunday, July 6th, 2025, which is almost 10 months. Reason for that is largely there was a lot of things going on. That doesn't tell you any sort of information. I think one of the things that I felt I was doing, when I was overwhelmed with what was going on, and I was not coping with that effectively, and a bunch of different things. So then the strategy was, okay, rather than just stop doing these, just give up on this pursuit entirely. It's understand maybe just a bit of space and time would be useful and beneficial. And that there were aspects of my life that I was attempting to fix and solve while documenting it at the same time and building it into a group that also helped people put their lives together, that maybe it would be wise to put that helping other person project on hold and focus on figuring out what I needed to change within my own life and fixing those things first, maybe then revisiting it. So like, again, not giving up on it entirely, but just putting it on pause for the time being. Now, how do we zoom back? Kind of give an update or whatever. I think what I'm going to do this time, and to do it differently from last time, is rather than make this a particular pursuit that I'm building into something, rather than this like build it into a group, a business, try to grow the channel or whatever. Just have this be something that is one of the things that I like doing with my time. That I like documenting, making these videos and documenting my own development. That's what I enjoy doing. And it can stay at that. Like, rather than being a means to an end, it can be just an end in itself. It's a good title, actually. And what I mean by that is, rather than me making these videos, like again, having to turn into this thing would then become some sort of project. Rather, it can just be a thing about me. Is that, you know what, I'm the type of person that makes videos. And I make those, what are the videos about? Nothing in particular. Sometimes they're a bit more edited, sometimes they're not. But sometimes it's just me speaking to the camera, talking to you, whoever you is. Or I don't even know that it needs to be me talking to someone. Lots of things that have inspired this. One was a comment that came from a person that I did not know that commented on a video from a while ago. That rhymed, unintentional. Can't pull it up, but go to the less distracting page. Google. And they said, going like, your videos help inspire me to stay accountable to my own goals. And it has been a long time since I've looked back at these, and it was nice, or it was interesting to be reminded that the things that I was making impacted people outside of myself, and that I derived meaning and pleasure from that. So then it was like, wait, hold on, maybe I should return to doing those a bit, or at least consider it. And things have changed in my life such that I am in a better position to perhaps take on such a challenge again. Main big thing is the fact that, like, okay, so in Montreal, but I have a new job that I've been working for the past 4 months, or 3 months. Doesn't actually matter that much. But the core thing is the fact that it is an in-person role, 100% in person. So then I have work friends and like people that I see with on a daily basis, and that in-person social connection clearly is I mean, it's made my life better, but it is something that I was lacking before. And while I was trying to compensate for that with online interaction, that you can't fully replace online interaction. Nope, you can't fully replace that in-person interaction with an online form of it. Part of it also is the fact that like I'm a self-development person. No, on a self-improvement is an area of interest for me, and part of the job involves there's a component like at the end of each month you do kind of a self-reflection on how the month went, setting goals for the future. And then part of it, you can have an accountability partner, like someone that you work with where you have goals and then they hold you accountable to that. And I've been doing that for the past few weeks. And it's nice having an in-person version of it that might be better. But then also, then this was brought up somehow and they were like, oh, you should start doing it again or whatever. Anyways, so that's me making these videos. I think I'm going to be starting to do it again, but I'm going to be changing the rules or the things that I'm doing. Like, number one, it's not going to be daily. I'm going to be doing it weekly. I think I can commit to once a week, Sunday evening or afternoon, whenever. I just kind of recap the week, say what's going on, talk about stuff. There's not going to be a particular structure to it. I'm going to avoid that. I'm not going to be trying to build an audience per se. I'm going to be make the focus less about helping a person who's listening and more just a moment captured by the camera of me being. And if that is interesting, it's interesting. If it is uninteresting, then it is uninteresting. But I'm going am I doing this for me or am I doing it for someone else? I think it's what I'm trying to ensure I don't create is a persona to appease a person I don't know who I believe may be listening, and stick far closer to the line of the authentic way that I am. Well, I don't know if that one had as much sturdiness to it. It's a balancing act, but more. I like doing it, and if it helps one person sick, and I'm not going to make that the goal. I'm kind of rambling a bit. I'm trying to figure out what the point is. To ensure that this doesn't become a source of stress, I'm going to not approach it as though it is a project, and it's just more a thing that I like doing. Yeah. There's no success or failure on this. That's rather than a means to an end, like a means for me trying to get somewhere. Me doing this thing is the end in and of itself. I'm going I think just it's nice that I'm able to have documented videos of me kind of moving up, and then going okay, well, what if it's. Have I watched them all? No. Some people have. Some people have watched a bunch. But it'll be nice in the future me to just watch a video. What was I doing at this point in time? What was I thinking? So weekly, not approaching it as though it's a project, and then it in itself. No particular structure. The length of time doesn't really matter. Just kind of more turn the camera on. What am I going to be talking about? I'm going to be talking about everything. Maybe there's a thing that I'm thinking about that I'm going to talk more about. One thing that I have been doing is I have not drank in how long? Probably 3 weeks. Part of that is because the new job is great and there's people, and it's fun to actually be socializing with people, and people go out, and so I go out with them and have fun time. It's far more there's been plenty of adventures that I have gone on. But what that has prevented me from doing is developing in the role as at rapid a pace as I would like. And so now it's just kind of going well, I'm behaving as though I have finished the race while I'm still running it. And so the sequence is out of line. So now it's going I'm not drinking alcohol until I get a sale, close a deal. And they're big fucking close to 6-figure investments on the other person's side. finding people who want to help hospitals across the United States improve their systems and health systems do that. Like it's a whole fucking thing. But what it isn't is something I have been able to accomplish at the excellence level I would like to be at immediately, because it's way harder. Like talking to CEOs of companies who are fucking harsh. Like it's challenging. And if I go out on Friday, inevitably I'm going to be hungover Saturday morning. That means I'm not going to get my energy until around 5 o'clock. Probably going to have some craving to drink Saturday evening. Definitely going to drink. Then that brings us to Sunday. Sunday hungover, maybe a bit like Sunday evening just to kind of chase the dog or whatever. Then Monday comes and I'm still recovering from the weekend. Tuesday happens a bit better. Wednesday we're good. Thursday's right. And then it's already fucking Friday. Whereas so that's not enough time to be moving it. Like if I assume that it takes 2,000 hours to become proficient in this role, gotcha. That's 50 weeks working 40 hours a week. Perfect. That's a year. What if I just spent 30 hours a week rather than 40 hours a week working? Well, that like if I eliminate the day, there's 32 hours. So that just means it takes me longer to get to those 2,000 hour mark. Okay, so then what if we just did the opposite direction? Like what if I just was able to work those full 40 and then a bit more? It's like, well, that just decreases the amount of time for me to get proficient in the role. So it's not saying alcohol's never do this, never do that, or whatever. It just is. It's a matter of sequence. Like right now is not the time to celebrate as though we've won because we're still fucking running the race. Also, one thing that I noticed is because I was trying to save money, but what would inevitably happen is like I would like cut cost on what I was eating, and like I'd have just a baguette for lunch. That'd be $2, 50% off. Throughout the week, I'd save money on food. Inevitably, would end up spending it over the weekend, and not in an intentional way of like I'm purposefully spending less on food during the week so that I can spend more money while I go out. No, it was I'm purposely spending less money during the week so that I can save and prepare myself for the future. And then, unfortunately, I'm more okay with the irresponsible financial decision to spend that money there while inebriated and then regret it the next day only to return the cycle. So seeing as I'm still spending the money, it's like, dude, let's just eliminate the save money thing. That's save step. That's what it was. And just spend that money, but in better places like food. I'm fucking into oranges now. Like that's my... One orange has like 78% of the vitamin C you need for the entire day, but it has it in its complete form, and there's just a million benefits like your gums, your eyesight, just like it's a good fucking shitting thing to have. Also take supplements now, like rhodiola rosea, better for mental focus, more stable, less jittery than coffee. Lion's mane, fucking big into that. Neurogenesis, neuroprotective. Increases the myelin sheath, the thickness of the myelin sheath, makes your brain, your nerve cells fire faster and more efficiently. It's good for memory shit as well, peripheral and central nervous system. Looking into cordyceps or whatever. Like it just is. It's like there's things that I'm doing. I'm now running 3 times a week. That's like, well, I didn't fucking put my time, but like, okay, so I guess I can talk about that a bit. Yeah. Going to start tracking my spending again because that's a good habit I need to get back into. Again, I think the reason I'm making these videos is I'm making these videos again because I enjoyed doing it while I was doing it. I now have aspects of my life that make me have a healthier life than I did when I was making these videos before. These videos were partly a way to keep me accountable to the self-development sort of thing, but perhaps weren't as nearly efficient as a social circle that you're actually with actively every day, which is something that I have right now. And so just... Also, I think that the isolation I had before making these videos was a way to feel as though I was with other people. Like it was filling that void. And now that that void is filled with actual people, which is the better version of it, then introducing this again is coming at it from a better, healthier perspective or whatever. I ran 13.13 kilometers today in 1 hour, 10 seconds. Nope, 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 25 seconds. Man, put that on a t-shirt. Well, I'm doing that again. That's a far better way of having endorphins going through your body. Turns out when you run 3 times a week, which I fucking can because I'm like doing 20 to 40,000 steps daily, is your legs don't feel like, I don't feel when I'm getting out of bed as like my muscles are as achy as when you drink copious amounts of alcohol weekly and your muscles are just dehydrated. Like I think it's more, I'm choosing to do the things that I know obviously will help me perform better that I had been neglecting before. Like I'm choosing fucking life. Fired up now. And then rather than tricking myself with like I'm saving money because I need to do that, it's like prioritizing the performance of myself to get to a financial point where I then can save money because of the performance I'm doing at work, which is like there's opportunity for me to make a lot of fucking good money there and actually benefit like for a good, do a good thing too. Align my own self-interested pursuits towards a goal and purpose that benefits a large amount of other people simultaneously. But doing that. But I like it's learned words today. Abstruse. I'm fucking reading more too. I lost my phone. Part of the reason I was kind of motivated to just chill out on the drunken adventures. But I kind of like not having a phone. Like the watch, which I'm not wearing right now, I can still take phone calls and receive text on, so I get that, like it's still connected. But it has, I'm doing this less in like habitually, or filling boredom, like empty space with stimulation and just kind of being bored, observing. Watched a mother on the bus soothe her crying baby just by kissing him on the forehead. And it went like it was just the perfect illustration of the only cure to pain. Although nothing is more real than pain, the only cure to pain is love. And going like, okay, well, we're all just fucking crying babies looking to be soothed somehow. Words that I learned was abstruse, like ABSTRUSE, abstruse, which is hard or difficult to understand. Like that's an abstruse concept. That was an abstruse explanation. That's an abstruse pattern. What's the fucking I think you should leave pattern thing? Hold on. I think you should leave shirts thing. Dan Flash's shirts, the patterns are so abstruse. Reviling also is another word, which means to verbally attack someone. Like they reviled him for his poor misconduct. Or peripatetically. I don't know what peripatetically means. Hold on, let's ask God. Peripatetically, I think, means to walk around in a circle starting from the left. Or like to slowly circle, like they peripatetically got closer to the mark. Okay, hold on. Let's double check that. Peripatetically. In a wandering or traveling matter, especially on foot. Okay, maybe not. So on my adventures, I moved peripatetically throughout Montreal in a wandering or traveling manner. Sometimes when I'm thinking aloud, my thoughts have a peripatetic nature to them, as they float from one concept to the other with no real direction or sense of certainty they'll stay in the same spot for longer than a moment. Yeah, I'm making these videos. It'll just be a few minutes. I don't know how long it's going to fucking take or last. I don't even know if it's still recording. But it's just going to encapsulate a moment in time of me existing where I am at that moment in time. It encapsulated. And there's no pressure for it to be anything other than what it is. It either is interesting or it's uninteresting, but there's no purpose to it other than to be. And that's okay. It's not a means to an end. It's an end in itself. And on that note, Clementine Club, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video as always. And remember to believe in yourself, because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. I'll see you next week. Is this still recording? It is!